As all little girls are at the age of 5, I loved when my grandparents, or as I call them, Nani and Poppy, would come into town and visit my family and me. An activity they knew I loved was to go on the mall and ride the carousel. One weekend, my grandparents surprised me and came to visit. Being the generous and selfless people they are, we went to the mall. As soon as we got there, I remember running to the carousel, cutting the long line of people, and falling and hurting my knees. My Poppy picked me up and told me that I needed to be more careful or else next time I might get hurt. Because the line was so long, my grandparents told me we would come back to the carousel after we walked around and ate. On the way through J.C. Penney's, my Nani wanted to look at some clothes before we rode the carousel. While Nani was looking at clothes, I decided to go hang out with my grandfather. Poppy and I have always had so much fun. He is a funny man and would always do silly things to make me laugh. This time, he told me to try talking with my tongue between my teeth. I thought this was the funniest thing ever. I thought it would be even funnier to show my Nani what I could do. A couple days before, at recess, a couple of the kids in my class showed me how funny it was to talk with your tongue in between your teeth. I became doing this every so often so other people knew how fun it was. As I was walking over to see my Nani, I was practicing what I was going to say to her. As my tongue was right between my teeth, I tripped, falling on my chin, which then made me bite through my tongue. My tongue had a hole in it. I remember just laying there in shock as my mouth filled up with the blood. I also distinctly remember my Poppy picking me up and asking a cashier at the restaurant for a cup. He gave me a cup to hold under my chin for the blood to drip in. We then walked to my grandparents' car, and I was very unhappy about not being able to ride the carousel. That's all I could think about. My tongue did not hurt either, it just felt numb. My body was not able to handle the actual pain. What felt like hours later, we finally arrived at the hospital. I was so incredibly nervous that I would have to get stitches on my tongue. The doctor came back saying that there was nothing they could do for a tongue. I would just have to wait and sit through the pain and let the tongue heal overnight. Thankfully, now I am left with a small, almost invisible scar. I do love telling this story to people because it is so unique and people find it intriguing.